Miss Salone family, una good afternoon, this na una brother the canton again, Daniel McCarthy, the young generation leader for the Sierra Leone People's Party, Dallas chapter. The canton again today, Wednesday, August 22nd, 2018. One for greet una all and hope say everybody they do well. Before I go further, I just want to say we hear some news. Say we don't lost two of we sister them, we meet them, we travel go Mecca to pilgrimage them. We travel go Mecca from Sierra Leone. We don't know how true it is, but if not true, we pray, say, may their souls and the souls of the faithful departed rest in peace. We just feel another way it be say they're not able to get chance for make them people them go see them body them if that be true, because me not a Muslim, but if I can recall, I think say when somebody die na Mecca, then they bury and they return back na your homeland. So if that be true, we pray say may God give them good road. Ladies and gentlemen, well, like I said, the young generation leader for SLPP Dallas chapter, and so many times them way we can come for talk about affairs of the country, Sierra Leone, people then can say now because of you now SLPP or because of you now APC, and I make it a talk because as at now, we all know say SLPP they in power, and so when some of we can come for try for say some things, and people then can say and say, now because of now we party in a power. But what I come for talk now today get for do with every Sierra Leonean, whether you in a salon or not. As long as Sierra Leone they run inside your vein, this get for do with you. And this get for do with a hot topic and the trending topic where they go on right now about this education. To be exact, the free education. We all know say the free education was the centerpiece of the manifesto, the Sierra Leone People's Party manifesto, during the campaign. And as promised by the then candidate BO, now the president, in taking initiative for launch waiting, he been promised the people them 2 days ago. And we want for tell them plenty thank you, because it take courage for make so many people and they make promises them during campaign and they not go even take a step towards it. And for make you take a step toward that promises, then they just show the kind of leadership where you get, the kind of leader where you be. And we want for say plenty thank you for the courage where you don't put forth. We all know say if anybody they against education, then you they against the nation. Because we all know say education very, very important. If we not be know that, but right now, the fast global world market world they live in right now, it's very, very difficult for compete even with a bachelor degree. Talk less of you not having an elementary or secondary, education, which is where so many Sierra Leoneans find we serve today. If for una where they travel go salon frequently, una they see them small picking them 8, 9, 10 years old. The hog market, then a market they sell. That they show no more the trend and decide where we education they go where they for them, because now the small one them and then get the future of tomorrow. And if they're not able to get the basic education what they need, then that means Sierra Leone they collapse. And so for make we get a government, a leader, we don't put forth an initiative like this and don't take steps towards it. I mean, we all for say kudos to the president, regardless if you're not SLPP, you're not APC, or wherever you belong to. Salone not for take 1 day for fix. That's why I give Kanda Yumkala credit when he come now Dallas here. I not be attend, but the one the way I attend, and I see some of in speech them or in question the way answer to. One of the things the way he say was Salone they in a mess and in order for take 1 day for fix, so we get for patient with the government, and which is true. We get for patient with the government and we get for work with the government for make sure see we're able for fix Salone to to a competing level, not the world or inside Africa. Let's just see inside Africa first for now. When this free education, been launched on the 20th, I think, we see so many, or listen to so many audios, and I see so many, social media posts and whatnot. Some people they condemn. Some people they talk say why they for put the president for putting face by notebook or whatnot or whatever it is, from the other wing them. But like I said, let we forget about political rhetorics. Let we campaign term done. Let we forget about all that. If you dare against this particular program, then seriously, I don't believe that you are a Sierra Leonean. If you look the illiteracy, the rate of illiteracy inside Sierra Leone, the ratio versus the one that were illiterate inside Sierra Leone, you go shame for saying you're a Sierra Leonean. Seriously. And so if we don't get something like this for come in place, and people in the try for condemn them, I see even people in the talk say, well, why, there is not a system in place to fund this program, and why people therefore they donate to. First of all, I want to tell people and say, first of all, like I said, don't look at education. Education, first of all, that thing where they bring stability in a life. When you get education, you get stability. Education, they bring equality. We all know that. Dependability, it makes you become dependable. Economic growth, it make the country they grow. And most of all, it will save we the citizens them for being fooled and being cheated. Like by the government, because when you are educated, you know what thing for do. Now, let me say, we inside SLPP will get problem because too much will command them, and we ask for. It's not like that, because we they make sure say nobody not cheating. We they make sure say we put the right person at the right place, and we know say even so many be getting doubt. We know say that the right man now we put there for the right job at this particular time, And so when you look at education that way, and then you look at free education. How do you support free education? There are so many ways to support free education. You can support free education by taxation. You can support free education by organizational donations. And you can support free education by individual donations. So many other ways then. All right. Sierra Leone poor, just like when me chair lady in Dallas talk in an audio. Sierra Leone poor, we just don't be so unfortunate like so many other African nations them. Forget the wrong leaders them where we they put in a power, where they, embezzle we fund them, thief, and not care about the people them. All right, we are not poor, and a system is going to be put in place, for long-term funding of this free education. But there is nothing wrong if people are donating. As a matter of fact, people have done the do them before. You understand? We get an organization at this community we call Sisters of Sierra Leone. Sisters of Sierra Leone don't exist for about 20 years, and within that time, they don't support so many picking them in school. Every year then they take up project where they support picking them from kindergarten to secondary level, to secondary education, And so not to forsake a thing we really hard to do. Everything in this world is about commitment. If we are committed to it, I listened to an audio today that was posted by a young man, that was recorded by a young man, and somebody posted at the DFW community here in Dallas, where the young man they talk about, say, if every Sierra Leonean at the diaspora, working Sierra Leonean, go pledge for, say, $10 a month, $10 a month, go support someone for you go give someone a quality education back home. It's not like we cannot do it. It's all about commitment, and it's all about putting our differences aside, political rhetoric, political differences, and not say because of our SLPP or our NGC or our APC in power, and not go do them. And I can remember some time ago, elderly friend of mine, a mentor of mine in this community here, who belongs to the All People Congress, the APC, some time ago, he talked to me. He said, Daniel, he said, do you believe that I was talking to someone, and the person would tell me, say, if we were in the diaspora working Sierra Leone and them put $5 a piece, we have millions of Sierra Leoneans where they live outside of SALONE, where they work, they earn at least something good. Put $5 a piece, we can build a masterpiece hospital in Sierra Leone. Just think about it. Take a moment and think about it. So the same thing goes for this. We not get for say because of the president vow for give 3 months of in salary to the free education. So that means that there is not a system in place to support this, whatnot. Yeah, there is a system is going to be put in place for long-term support of this. But there's nothing wrong if me and you help beyond them. Nothing no wrong about that. Look at this guy here. What is his name? LeBron James. The Los Angeles basketball player. We go back to Akron, Ohio, where they open schools, even up to university level for supporting community, because it can afford for. If you can afford to do it, there's nothing wrong. Because believe me, for make any country go grow and we compete in the global market, or even just inside Africa, we need at least the basic education for able to do that. If we not get the basic education, believe me, we cannot compete, and we're going to keep for crumble. Like how we don't crumble. So, and all this way they go on where we government, then they come to the cheat we, then they do the wrong thing, now because of we not get the basic education. So, me, they encourage me people them. And they encourage me people them. The one day we don't do them, like organization like the Sisters of Sierra Leone, like the Tech Global, some other organization that we don't do them before, we they support picking them, continue to do it, and let's do more, because we cannot just sit around and wait for government, for say make past government, or even if the government put in place like system we go support the picking them, there are some basic things that we they need, like maybe the uniform them, some basic shoes them or whatnot, where we can support in their way and they. So let we all come together for change Salone, for make sexual Salone change. Now make a glady for the leader what we get, what we put forth. We now with all your about education, with the about Bumbuna too. We all know how light important. Even the education what they talk about. I not think say the education will succeed without electricity. Because the way the world, how the beginning we will study. Then tell them don't pass, we beginning they study papa lamp and lamp then thing and they. No, it don't pass. Seriously. It really don't pass. Now the world don't advance. So all lengthing and they are glad way at the robots things like that for put in place. I know say some man no go like that, because especially if you there on the other side, and not to everybody we there on the other side really. Because I know people in my community here in Dallas that are really happy and pumped up about this free education thing and about this initiative that has been taken by the the president. But we know say at the same time we get people them way, they don't want to make that succeed. Then they pass around, they talk one or two things, they say this, they say that, just because of they say, oh, SLPP succeed by this, SLPP. It's not about saying who that the rule Salone at this moment. We don't get so many leaders them. But we not get anyone, we don't come up, even up to Pakaba, when I be SLPP here. We don't come up, we don't talk, say, let we see what we go do about education, for make we better education at Sierra Leone. And then we get someone in the name of the president, BO, we not only promise we doing in campaign, but it don't take the step forward. And also, Namik Agladi also for the Freetown City Mayor, we also take the initiative, and he told the line with the president and the vice president and other ministers them, where they all donate part of their salaries them or something towards the free education. They don't take the precedent for lead by example. So let we also follow that footstep. Let we also follow whatever way you can. Like I said, those that have been doing it, continue to do it. And believe me, God will bless you now. God will bless you now immensely for that. Let we forget about the SLPP thing or the APC thing. When election time comes, yeah, you can go back to that. We all understand, say politics na politics. But when it comes to education, and let we put politics aside. If you say you are a true Sierra Leonean, stop condemning and stop criticizing and do something. And say, what can I do to help? What can I do to make a difference? Let we just for once, let we just say, what in? Really, that time for myself just make a small difference. Even if about $5, $1, 1 penny, 1 leon. Let myself just make my own difference. I they call on all Sierra Leoneans them. For please, put aside the rhetoric. Put aside the small thing that where they separate we. And let we come together and let we work for better education. Let we stop for sending small picking their way for dinner school, send them go hog bread in the market, they sell cold water and all that. Before you know it, the one that when a girl picking them, then they 12, 13, 14 years old, they don't disvirgin them and so on. And the story is sad. The story is sad. So please, I call on all Sierra Leoneans, let us come together and let us embrace this free education initiative and system, and this program that has been put forward by the Sierra Leone People's Party, the government, led by, the President, Bio. Thank you very much. May God bless one and all, and may God bless the Republic of Sierra Leone.